Were you involved in an accident where somebody was texting or otherwise distracted? Check out this short video to learn what you can do about it. Hey everybody, Barry here with the Lawful Channel. As you know, this is a great place to get short legal videos on the topics that affect our lives. If you want more information about me, the link to my website is in the show notes below. Now let's get into the video. So everybody knows that smartphones have changed our way of life. And I'm not just talking about, your kids on Snapchat or TikTok while at the dinner table. I'm talking about how smartphones have caused us to become distracted drivers. Make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to tell you what the ramifications of getting caught texting and driving are, what states ban them, and how you can prove somebody was texting at the time that they were driving. Okay, so according to the Center for Disease Control, in 2018, which is the most recent year that I could find really good statistics on this, over 2,000 people lost their lives in accidents in our country because of distracted driving, and over 400,000 people suffered injuries in distracted driving accidents. So from a liability perspective, if you get in an accident and you were texting or you were on your cell phone, you've probably committed negligence. And you're going to be found at least partially at fault for that accident, if not entirely at fault. So I did some research, and the Institute for Highway Safety reports that 24 states have banned talking on your cell phone while driving altogether, and 48 states have banned texting while driving. The two states that don't entirely ban texting while driving, one is Montana, and Montana is probably pretty rural, so it may not be an issue there. And the other is Missouri, and the ban on texting only applies to people under 21 years old. So what are the ramifications of getting caught texting while driving? Other than the obvious, I guess you could get a ticket. That's probably pretty universal. But in our home state of Illinois, at least, it's a moving violation. And the significance of that is that that means it goes on your insurance record. And it could cause your insurance rates to go up. And definitely you don't want that to happen, considering all you had to do was wait till the next stop to pull out your phone and start texting. And by the way, I want to point out something. So although the incidents of distracted driving have increased greatly since smartphones came around, that's not the only way you can be distracted driving. You could be putting on your lipstick. You could be doing your hair, you could be talking to a passenger, you could be controlling your GPS or turning on your radio. There are a lot of things. You could be eating food. There are a lot of things that could be distracted driving. It's just that with smartphones in the last many years, it's become so prevalent. Okay, so how do you prove that a driver involved in an accident was distracted driving, was texting or on their cell phone? Well, I've had a couple cases where the defendant just admitted it, that I was texting, I was distracted, I'm sorry. And I've had cases where there was actually a text correspondence between my client and the other person, and they admitted it. Well, that case is over. Liability is established. They were texting while driving, and we can prove it. They admitted it, and that's admissible. But there are some other ways, too. The main way you're going to do it is through your own testimony. You're going to testify at your deposition or at trial, if need be, that you witnessed the other person texting or talking on their phone. It would be better if you had an independent witness who could also state the same thing, that they saw that person texting or talking on their phone. You might be able to find video cameras in the area that could show that as evidence too. I've had many cases where video evidence turned the entire case around. Despite what the defendant was saying, we were able to prove the opposite and show that they were distracted. And then the last thing that you can do is if you file a lawsuit, theoretically you could subpoena the medical records, the phone records of the driver of the vehicle to prove that they were on the phone at the time of the accident. Okay, so we've talked about some of the elements of distracted driving, how it's important to get evidence of the distraction and how prevalent it is. Now it's time for your take on the law. Were you involved in an accident where somebody was distracted, they were texting or on their cell phone? Tell us about it in the comments section below. Hey, thanks for checking out this short video on distracted driving. If you haven't already, would you subscribe to our channel? And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments section below. If I can't help you, I'll try and find someone who can.